Hey, I'm Emma, 29, and I'm stuck in that weird middle child spot in my family. Not the baby who gets spoiled, not the oldest who gets all the attention, but the middle one who somehow just disappears in the chaos. Growing up, everyone expected me to be quiet, keep the peace, just blend into the background. It wasn't like I had big dreams that mattered to anyone. I was just there. My parents always showered attention on my older sister, Trish. She's the golden girl, prom queen, star athlete, the one who got every scholarship and all the family praise. Me? I was the bookworm who daydreamed about a different life, the one they'd forget to pick up from school sometimes. Everything seemed stable on the surface, but family dinners were often this weird battlefield. Conversations about secrets, money, and loyalty buzzed in the air, stuff I was never part of. It was like there was this unspoken rule that Emma should never ask questions, never dig deeper, never rock the boat. So when I decided to plan this massive family reunion last summer, I just wanted everyone to have a good time and maybe, just maybe, feel like I actually mattered for once. I spent weeks putting together this perfect slideshow, digging through old photos and emails, trying to create something special. That's when I found it. A message thread from my cousin, Nick. Someone I'd trusted my whole life, someone who was like the big brother I'd never had. But these messages, they were talking about covering up something massive. My mom wasn't just married to my dad for 25 years. There was another man, John, living 3 states away in Colorado, and she'd been secretly married to him for over a decade. Not just dating, not just an affair, full-on married. 2 houses, 2 lives, 2 completely different versions of my mother. And Nick, my trusted cousin who always had my back, he wasn't just keeping the secret, he was the mastermind orchestrating the whole cover-up. Flight bookings, fake alibis, even helping mom maintain 2 separate social media accounts. I couldn't breathe. I called mom, but suddenly she wouldn't return my texts. Nick stopped answering my calls. Then, the unthinkable happened. I checked my fiancé Ryan's phone while he was in the shower. Yeah, I know, desperate times call for desperate measures. And found a group chat between him, Nick, and 2 other family members I trusted. They were all in on it. My own fiancé was helping keep me in the dark about my mother's double life. The messages were brutal. Emma's getting suspicious about the Colorado trips. We need to keep her distracted. And Ryan's response? Don't worry, I've got her planning the wedding. She won't dig any deeper. I felt like my entire world was a house of cards and someone had just blown on it. But you know what? I wasn't about to let them win. I planned that family reunion like a military operation. Everyone was invited. Mom, Dad, John, the secret husband, Nick, the conspirator, and even my backstabbing fiancé. I told them I was doing a special family appreciation live stream on Facebook to celebrate our love and unity. 300 people RSVP'd, including extended family from 5 different states. The day arrived, and everyone gathered in our big backyard, all smiles and hugs. Mom looked nervous, but played it off as excitement. Nick kept asking about the format of the stream. Ryan was being extra attentive, probably feeling guilty. 20 minutes into the live celebration, with over 400 people watching online, I stood up with my laptop. Before we continue this beautiful family reunion, I want to share something really special I discovered while putting together our slideshow. The screen behind me lit up, but instead of cute family photos, it was screenshots of airline tickets, Mom's tickets to Colorado, hotel reservations under different names, marriage certificates, 2 of them. It seems my mother has been living a double life for over 10 years. She's been married to John Martinez in Colorado while married to my father here in Texas. The silence was deafening. You could hear a pin drop across 3 acres. Then came the text messages between Nick and the others. The planning, the cover-ups, the lies. Finally, I played audio recordings I had made of conversations where they discussed keeping me managed and distracted. Mom tried to run, but there was nowhere to go with 400 people watching online and 50 family members staring at her in shock. Nick's face went from tan to ghost white in about 3 seconds. My dad looked like someone had hit him with a sledgehammer. And Ryan? He just stood there with his mouth open, probably realizing his engagement was over and the whole internet was watching it happen. The live comments were going insane. Aunts and uncles I hadn't talked to in years were messaging me, saying they suspected something but never knew how deep it went. By the end of that day, everything I thought my family was had been completely stripped away. But for the first time in my life, I wasn't invisible anymore. I stood in that spotlight, owning my truth, and this time, everyone finally saw me. The aftermath? Mom and John's Colorado marriage was exposed as bigamy. Dad filed for divorce and got most of the assets. Nick got cut off from his trust fund from his own parents when they learned about his involvement. And Ryan, well, let's just say trust, once broken, doesn't get repaired with apologies. The video went viral, over 2 million views in the first week. Suddenly, everyone wanted to know about the reunion revenge girl. I started my own channel about family secrets and toxic relationships. Turns out being the forgotten middle child gave me exactly the skills I needed to see what everyone else was hiding. Sometimes you have to burn down the house to build something real.